Welcome back. You're watching us here on Chartbusters. The stock on our radar is Nava Ltd, the erstwhile Nava Bharat Ventures, and there are a couple of reasons for that. First up, the FIs have increased their holding in the stock from 4.85% in September 2021 to 9.5% in June itself. We've seen some recent buying coming in from the Employees Retirement System of Texas, so flows are coming in on that one. But more importantly, their first quarter numbers were extremely stellar as well. 84% jump in the revenue, nearly 2.5 times jump in their EBITDA itself. So what's the outlook for the business going ahead from here on? GRK Prasad, who's the director of the company, joins us now to understand the way forward. Thanks a lot, Mr. Prasad, for joining in. The first thing that one would ask is that what exactly is the steady state PLF for your Zamibia plant? In the fourth quarter, it was 91%. In the first quarter, it was 89%. And you still have, PPAs not signed for the 30% of the capacity that you have there. What's the outlook?
Good morning to all. The Zambian situation is pretty stable now. The PLF, as you have pointed out, at 90% is a pretty robust PLF for the power plant, with both the units running at full capacity. We have, under the new arrangement, about 90% power being dispatched to the local utility, for which we've been getting a full payment from for power supplies from May and onwards. Prior to whatever was the power supply, we were getting part payment, and balance outstanding remains subject matter of the international arbitration.
Okay, all right.
So that way the situation looks better. For the balance power, where there is no PPA or anything, the power is being currently sold on Southern African power pool day-ahead or week-ahead markets, which again is a robust merchant power market in that region.
Okay.
So there also, for the months of June and May, we got the full money. June there was no dispatch, but that is also a robust arrangement at this point.
Okay, all right. Mr. Prasad, just to, if I got that correct, 90% of your power that you're generating from Zambia, that's tied up, and 10% you're selling via merchant sales. That's correct, right?
That's right.
And I believe that the contracts were renegotiated in the month of May. So from May 22 onwards, you're receiving all your money. That's correct as well. Okay.
That's right.
All right. And the renegotiation was what? At a discount? I mean, it was lower by close to 20-25%. Would that be a fair number to assume?
I would say so.
Okay. All right. So we're pretty clear on that front. So post May 2022, things are looking up from Zambia because you're getting the money. It could be at a lower rate, but at least you're getting the money. Now let's rewind and talk about pre-May 2020, 2022. What is the total outstanding amount, if you could tell us? That was, there's an arbitration going on in London as well. The total amount, and, that would also include interest as VAT and VAT as well. Stripped of that, what could that amount be?
The gross amount was about $560 million.
Okay.
If you strip the interest and VAT, which is remaining outstanding, it comes to about 440 million. 440
million. So that would be roughly what, around 3,800 odd crores?
That's right.
And what is the status on that? By when do you expect to get it? Do you expect to get it?
Well, we certainly are looking forward to getting it. And the hearing is currently on for December. So hopefully by then it should get concluded.
Is it going to be a long drawn thing? December there would be one hearing. Is there a possibility there could be another one, say in the next financial year, or December hearing is the final hearing? What are your thoughts on that?
We expect it to be the final. I mean, obviously that is not in our control. The international arbitration goes on its own stream. But since we had a last hearing in September last year, and this is being scheduled for closure only, so we look forward to that to being the final hearing.
And you believe that you'll get, the full, let alone 560, but at least 440, 450 million dollars you believe to receive?
Yeah, 440 million is the net of other dispensations. So that is the amount that the company
will be. Okay. That's very important, sir, because if I look at your market capitalizations around 4,000 crores, if you get all this money, it'll be more than 3,000 crores, and your shareholders will be off for a party if that happens. So we'll have to wait by whether or not. Books is what, around 3,000 odd crores as well. So if he gets that 4,000 crores, not only do you get that cash, you also become debt free. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, debt runs its own course because we have in this arbitration, along with our Jamaican subsidiary, and lenders are also party against JESCO. So part of the debt might get credit, resolved.
Yeah, I think the company is not directly liable for that, the entire debt, I think, right? That's the way it's structured.
That is very important because there is no recourse for that debt to the sponsors. So it sits with the project company.
Okay, let's talk about the India business then. Let's come back home. I think for your India business, bulk of your sales happen via IEX. So we'd like to know a couple of more details. What is the last rate that you're getting for your per unit, point number one, and compare that as well with, what you got, say, in Q1. Give us a rough understanding out there. And also, I believe that, some rates have come down. Last year, you did an EBITDA number of around 236 crores from your India power business. What's the update out there? Coal as well is a bit of a challenge.
Yes, I think the last point is very relevant because the availability of coal and cost of coal are matters of serious concern today, excepting for the linkage coal that we are obtaining in Orissa and some e-auctions in Orissa. Especially the situation in Telangana seems pretty serious with coal cost spiraling without any let-up, which actually is limiting our ability to put the power on IEX also when Telangana works. Whereas Orissa, we have been able to dispatch power already. Coming back to the power rates and all, as you know, first quarter was also pretty good with the peak almost touching regularly at about 11 to 12 rupees. This quarter, we see, though peak remains at around the same rate, the lower rate has come down. That is, of course, more seasonal because second quarter generally is a lean season. So we don't expect that to change before September. From October again, we look forward to slightly better rates.
All right, so this is lower on account of seasonality, and from October it will increase as well. Let's talk about your, ferroalloys business. Last year was exceptionally strong for the industry as a whole. Has that continued into the second quarter as well? What are the kind of realizations that you're seeing both for manganese and chromium? What's a sustainable run rate out here in terms of EBITDA per ton and realizations, volumes?
Our main focus remains on the manganese alloys, and we see some, correction taking place in the domestic market. Though, of course, we have a dispersed market segment with both exports and domestic being alternated. At this point, the export prices remain more steady than the domestic market, so our concentration is on exports.
Okay.
This quarter and probably coming quarters as well.
Okay, all right. Before we wind down, we're running a little bit short on time. But what stands out in your presentation is you're looking at selling your non-core assets. And part of the market has been very disappointed. They're saying that Nava Ltd is getting their hands into too many verticals. But now you're looking to be sorting things out. So the three assets that you mentioned, one is you're looking to monetize the 20 megawatt IPP, that unit in Andhra Pradesh. You're talking about selling some land in Hyderabad as well, and another one, two land pieces out there. And the third is the sugar plant. Realistically, which one gets done, say, in this fiscal? And also, these three units you have mentioned for monetization, give us a rough value that you estimate for all these three units. Go ahead, sir.
Obviously, I can't talk about the value, but definitely the Hyderabad land takes precedence over the rest of the two.
Okay.
Where we are currently engaged with consultants to see how best we monetize that piece of land. As far as the other two lands are concerned, the one in Andhra Pradesh, both are in Andhra Pradesh, Dharmavaram as well as sugar plant. Situation currently is slightly not right. So we are, weighing, means probably we'll come up with a proper plan sometime later. But our concentration at this point is on the Hyderabad and Secunderabad land, which is a 65-acre land.
And how much per acre, sir? Very, very roughly, not talking about your land, but market rates so there are how much? We here in Mumbai are not too aware of that.
Well, it all depends on how the zonal regulations work out. See,
yes.
We talk about between 8 crores to about 11 crores.
8 to 11. So you can realize anywhere between 650 to around 700 odd crores if it is done well.
Right.
Okay. Take that point. We wish that some of it also happens in this fiscal, and more importantly, we'll keep a date with you in December as soon as you hear from the authorities on the arbitration that you have for over $450 million out there. Thanks a lot. Always a pleasure speaking with you, Mr. Prasad. With that, we'll step into a short break.